Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we are live. We are the two broads from Boca Raton. But we are the two broads from Boca. And I am Dr. Amy Schreiben. And this is my lovely, lovely married co-host,
Lorianne Gary.
Yes, you are now Gary.
Yes.
Mrs. Gary. It's funny because every time I see your name come up, because I change it in my phone, it makes me laugh. I'm like, she's Mrs. Gary.
I know. It's going to take a while to get used to it. And that's a job, all the name changing.
I know. How horrible is it, right?
I know. I had to reach out to the people in Napa because they're very, very, very laid back. I'm like, can you put down the wine and start, processing
the information,
get
please?
it
Thank
so
you
I
so
can
much.
start changing?
I don't know if we're live on Facebook because I don't see us live
I don't see
on
it at all.
Fred, I don't know if we're live on Facebook, but we're live on the radio. So I don't know. It's pouring here, so perhaps that could be an issue. I don't know. So it would be nice if we could be live. It's really raining hard. But anyway, we're going to talk about Irma because she was just you weren't here for that. Let's call it what it is.
I was very, very, very fortunate.
Yes.
I was starting to panic a little bit because I thought if she picks up speed, I'm never going to get on a plane and get out. But we were very lucky. The timing for us couldn't have been perfect, although we were worried about everybody that was here. It still was nice.
No, you weren't. Not really. She was getting married. Who cared?
No, I was worried. I even offered you my house.
No, she did. She was very I have to say the truth. I will tell you that 6.5 million Floridians realize that they do not like camping.
No.
And it is not for them. I will tell you that I really took offense to people who were like, well, what the hell's going on out there? It's like a tundra of rain. You live in a nice house. What are you complaining about? It was 317 in my houst at one point. I mean, like, really,
well, and if you can't cook, you don't have air. If you have shutters, you can't even open your window.
No, it was bad.
And it's noisy, isn't it?
It was just, the poor dogs were like two pelts of like fur. My friend, thank God she brought us a battery operated fan. It was really small, so we just gave it to the dogs, and I shipped to my kids to a friend. Thank you, Steve and Debbie. I shipped them to there for a night because we just could not take it anymore.
There we are.
It was
We're
very
live now.
Here we are. We're live now. There you go.
Again.
And our volume is always up when we go on Facebook. So it was not fun. It was not fun. So I resented the people that told us to shut up because it was hot. It wasn't. It was a health issue.
You can't help it. All the things that we have on a daily basis, you really do take for granted. You don't realize until they're gone. So I know a lot of people were, communicating through Facebook, and then of course they had to go sit in their cars to charge their phone.
That was me.
Like you.
That was me the whole time in the car. But it was sad. The poor dogs couldn't go outside. They held it for so many hours. It was like 30 hours. I'm like, and they didn't even mess the floor. They were so good. But it was very frightening because the worst part of the whole thing was the tornado watch on your phone things. It wasn't even it was coming, and we had a couple very close, and in the lightning, and Irma did a lot of damage outside. Thank God to most people, their homes were not affected in our portion of Florida. So that was a blessing, but and now we got this Maria coming. The American. I can't.
I don't understand why the M's coming before the L.
Maybe Lee was already formed and he's working his way up.
And he slowed down.
Not
maybe?
nice.
I don't know.
Just not
behind
nice.
Her. I don't know.
All I'm saying is it's got to stop. But I don't think it's going to
have good time.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to stop.
So.
I don't think it's going to stop. I think because it's been so hot here, we have had nothing but like 93, 97 days. It's still not cooling off for us. And
no, not at all.
I think my advice is everyone just buy ice and throw it in the ocean and let's see what happens. Because I'm at the point now where I just can't. Anyway, we would love to hear your hurricane story. 1-888-565-1470 because I got a lot of them, trust me. But you guys should call. It's been just a crazy week all the way around.
I mean, it's a good thing actually that your husband was at the hospital a lot of the time.
Because
you probably would be one less at this point. Because people I talk to are like, I don't get away from my family anytime soon, somebody's not coming out of this house alive.
I will tell you, you know what it is? And we learned about this in school back in the day. Heat causes your tension to rise because there's no relief, and your body has to release.
And you
it.
literally can't move.
No,
I
and
mean,
so, let me tell you
just have to
something.
stay stationary.
The power came on the 13th in my house, and that was our anniversary. Let me just be honest with you. There was going to be a dead person somewhere that evening if the power didn't go on, because I was completely insane. Like, I was ready to, like, just take heads off. It was so
Well, and also
bad.
there was no television.
No,
And for a lot of people,
that's their mainstay.
like I was talking to my brother, and he goes, first of all, I hate to be hot. That's number one, and it's so hot. Okay, can't do anything. Now I have no television, so I can't even go to sleep. I'm like, take something.
Take a lot of stuff.
Take a sleeping pill, take a Xanax, take something.
I
I
know.
mean, because I would be bored out of my mind.
Well, see, I don't watch TV, so that doesn't bother me. I just like, when I have my time is free, I would like to sleep.
Right.
And you can't
Because
sleep.
if you could have slept through
Right,
it, you wouldn't have been
can't,
thinking
no.
about how hot you are.
I was so afraid even to take anything, like even a Tylenol PM, because I was like, if I fall asleep and leave the kids, and then we hosted 4 families in our house, plus one of my students. So it pretty was, it was not a good situation all the way around. My house
No, and all
stunk.
the food you lost.
Tons of food. And that's a shame.
It
That
is
was a shame. That was a shame.
Peter and I went on Sunday. The Boca Raton Fire Department is going down to the Keys to help out the relief efforts there, because the Keys are
A
I
mess.
feel so bad. It's
One in
devastated.
4 homes is destroyed.
Devastated. But the fire department's collecting supplies because they're going to go down
Right.
there. So we went on. We cleared
Yeah, we
out.
posted that if you guys want it. It's on our Facebook page as
They're
well.
taking anything. These people need everything.
Yes.
I mean, everything, not just food items.
No, they need everything. They need baby supplies, bottles, diapers, clothes of all sizes and shapes,
Right,
shoes. They have nothing. I mean, these homes were wiped out. Like,
It's just
it boats were on the street. I mean, literally, it was sad. It was very, very sad. And it's such a quaint, small area. So when they get hit, they get hit.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're surrounded
There's nothing. Yeah,
by water.
it's
and I
just-
have to say, we lost 2 big, huge banyan trees.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully, they fell into the street, not
Thank
the other
God.
way, into the house. But the FEMA was there today. They cleared our, because you couldn't see. I mean, it was
Are you
piled so high, you
serious?
couldn't see coming out
That's
of your
awesome to
driveway.
know.
And they were there. They cleared the whole street
That
today.
was so
I wasn't
nice.
expecting it that quickly.
Wow, good for them. Yay, FEMA.
It was,
God
yeah.
bless. That's a good
I mean,
thing.
all the people are working really hard at what they're
That's
doing.
nice.
I mean, and I have to say, I had a call a couple of times about, because that's the only time I see my teenagers, when the internet goes out.
Of
We
course.
saw them the most in that time period. What's wrong with the internet? Where's the internet? I'm like, people don't have anything, and you're
Worried about
the
the internet. Exactly.
But anyways, I had to get on the phone with Comcast, which is always, usually
pleasure.
a 4-hour phone call.
Yes.
But I have to say, they were really nice.
I
And
heard that they are trying really hard to up their customer service because a lot of people are not happy
Yeah,
with
well.
them. So
No, but I mean, I think during a time like this, everyone really needs to have a little more patience.
I agree, but you know what? At the time when you're going through it and you're hot and you're tired and you can't sleep and
Oh, yeah, you're crabby.
you're like, there were not pleasantries coming out of many people's mouths. And I think we do take a lot of things for granted that, there are people like in Appalachia here in the United States who don't even have,
I know.
clothing and food, and we're worrying about electricity. That's the least of their worries. They just want to get the next meal. So I think we will have to put things in perspective.
Right, exactly. I think it was a little humbling for a lot
It
of
was.
people.
It was very humbling,
Yeah.
and as humbling as it was, I still complained. I gotta
And
be
you
honest
had your
with you.
anniversary and your birthday fall.
My anniversary was on the
The fun
13th, the
times.
gift of power. We came back on. I wrote on my Facebook post, thank you, FPL, for working so hard to get the power on. And shout out to Ben Franklin for the electricity. I was very pleased with Ben. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I got the post or the text from you about your power coming on. I'm like, okay, so now go look beautiful for you.
Well, but that's a whole lot. We got to tell that story too. So, and then my husband surprised me with the little dinner with my very nice friends that came for my birthday on Saturday. So Friday,
Which you totally knew about.
I
'cause
did
I
know.
saw it on your face.
And then
But it was
the
so
last
nice.
hint was Lorianne and I met on
Friday.
Friday. And she's like, you got to fix your eyelashes.
I'm like, you got two going and one here. Like, you're going out with your husband tonight. You want to look nice.
I'm like, I know, but they can't get me
stressed from the hurricane. And you're worried about my eyelashes.
But I did get my eyelashes.
But I knew the next night you would have said,
I would have you tell me. Yeah, I was like bald on one eye and like had two in the
like that.
It was
with a whole surprise party.
It was. I liked my eyelashes though, but it was crazy. But it was a beautiful party. And I didn't wear it because I got home from work. So I worked today. I got up at 3:00 in the morning to teach nursing, and lovely girls though. No boys this semester. I have today and tomorrow. And I got home and literally like ran into the shower, let water hit me, jumped into this dress. And I'm not going to be doing that after this because I'll have to be going to Weston on Mondays after work and then coming here. So I'll be in scrubs for the next 12 weeks or so.
Oh, all right.
Beautiful. I'll look gorgeous, let me tell you. Blue is my color, but I'll wear your bracelet because it's blue. It's very beautiful. That was really nice.
I got that in Selita.
I know. I'm so excited that it's like California-ish.
Yes.
It's very, very pretty.
I loved it. Because I looked up to see what your birthstone was, and I saw that it said that it was sapphire.
I love it.
And I'm telling you, Swarovski needs some more. I was like, you guys have nothing blue.
Well,
They had red, they had green, nothing blue. But then when I saw the bracelet, I was like,
like it. It's beautiful. It's actually really beautiful. I can't wait to wear it, actually. So we were supposed to have a friend of the show come on this evening who is a plastic surgeon, but he was delayed he had a procedure, so he couldn't make it this evening. So he will be coming on another time. So you had mentioned that there was people annoyed with no TV. Now, I don't watch TV at all, A, because I have zero time, and B, because I have 3 boys in the house, my husband and the 2 kids, and all they watch is ESPN or some kind of sporting event, as you know.
Baseball.
After I leave here, I have to go and pick up the little one from baseball, which I don't know how he's playing, and from baseball practice, which probably be indoors, and then the big one from fencing. And then I have to get home, feed them, and then mark papers and be up at 3 a.m. again. So...
Oh, and speaking of annoyed, I just have to say something.
Please do.
I was a little annoyed.
About?
Now, the timing of this hurricane, obviously,
Was
the
very
wedding,
inconvenient, yes.
it was perfect because we were able to get out of here. Otherwise, we would have been here stuck like everyone else. So we went off to California, and I posted. We actually did the ceremony live.
I know, it was
Facebook,
awesome.
And we got so many beautiful compliments from people and comments saying it's so nice to have something positive to look at with all the disaster going on with Irma. But I had a couple of people who were like, stop posting pictures of your fancy resort and your family vacation while we're all here.
I didn't say that. Who said that?
I'm like, it's my wedding.
Who
I'm
would
not
do
rubbing
that?
it in your face.
And if that's the way you felt, then you have issues. Are you serious? I didn't see any of that.
Unfriend.
All right, there you go.
And these aren't personal friends. Like, I don't know, they don't know me. It's a Facebook.
You don't know her.
It's a Facebook friend.
No, she
But,
didn't.
I mean, I know you're crabby and tired, but that is just like, just keep scrolling. Don't write anything.
See, that's why
like
when
that.
people say, you said this on air and we didn't like it, go to the next go to the next show. What do you want me to say?
I don't understand why someone would feel the need to write that. And I mean, of course, I didn't respond to it.
There's
What do
many
you
reasons
say?
why.
I mean,
Jealousy, envy, people make
Think about what you're
people
gonna
make
say,
you want to
Amy.
say, exactly. Let me just say, I think that people don't realize there is enough sunshine for everyone. And it was your wedding day.
Right.
I don't
I
care
mean, it was
if you
a
were
planned
pooping in the
event. I
woods.
mean, it lucked
that
out
was
that-
your thing and you wanted to do that. That's why we have the First Amendment, people. No, but I just think it's terrible that nobody can share good wishes with
that
you.
Somebody would even write that.
I did not see. Oh, I would have said something.
Oh, yeah.
I would have, that.
And then, of course, the rest of the trip, I really didn't want to post anything because I felt like, I don't want to shove it in there. I mean, the wedding was one thing, but...
We have a lot of people watching us on the Facebook, might I add. We have
nice.
my cousin Linda. Linda, I got to tell you something. I think we need to have your son come on. He's so adorable. He's a budding actor. Oh, my God. if the women see him, I'm telling you, first it's the young
I feel
girls,
another setup
and then
coming
it's
on in the
then
works
it's
here.
the gays, and then it's the women. I'm telling
How
you.
old is he?
He's 26. His name is James. Oh, and he's Italian. James Barrato. Adorable. Adorable.
I didn't realize that was
this
your
is-
cousin, because she's always on every week.
Yeah,
I
she
didn't
loves
realize she
me.
lives in Las Vegas.
And
huh?
Maxine
Peter's in Las
Friedman.
Vegas right now.
Yes, I know. Maxine is watching us. I am so excited, Maxine. I love that you're watching us. And Molly is watching us, your friend Molly Hillenbrand. And
Hi,
Meredith,
Molly. Molly's
Meredith
always watching every week.
and
I love that.
Marilyn are watching us this evening. We have people on the West Coast apparently watching us as well. But I don't...
Florida
but
or
no,
the country?
No, West Coast of like Washington State. And they have not liked us, so they just watch us, so I don't see them. Sometimes they'll leave comments every once in a while, but they watch with my other a very good friend and also my cousin who lives in Washington State. So we're becoming national, ladies and gentlemen. We're so excited. So do you watch television at all? I want to be on television.
I mean, I have to, because in our household everybody lives by television,
Really?
so it's always on. If I'm home alone, the TV's always off.
Yeah, me too.
I like quiet.
Me too.
It's like I need to hear myself think.
Me too. I'm not a big fan of, because there's nothing really else. There's nothing that I like that's on TV. Like nothing really gets me going. But I will
like
tell
certain shows. I mean, I record certain things and then I'll watch them at my
you,
convenience.
you know,
But
and
I don't just sit
I used to
there
like a
and-
show called Newsroom. I loved.
saw
It was
that.
very very cool. It was a very cool show. But then I lost interest. And Will and Grace is coming back.
I know, you're very excited.
So excited, so excited. That's the only show that I'm really excited to watch, and I even have it in my phone. Will and Grace, and I told them, I think it's the 28th, and I'm like, don't bother me, just don't bother me.
I know.
bother
I
me.
had when I left to come here to do the show, both my kids were passed out on their beds. Like, it's like starting over again.
But can I say something to you? This is like a medical thing. I really do believe that we are in a post traumatic stress situation from Irma. It wasn't just that the storm hit. I think the fact of the matter is that we literally had all that week before of like the doom,
The running around,
the Weather Channel
right,
doom.
the worry.
I have to be honest with you. They even like the music was the doom music. It would be like dun 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 dun, like Armageddon. And then when they realized it wasn't coming to our side of the coast, the music became light
I
and
know.
jazzy.
Like, oh,
it was
dodged a
really
bullet.
dodged a bullet. But now they're hyping up Maria. So all the European models
early
are going away from us, but of course the American model, we're dead on.
And apparently Irma was all the European.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm kind of going with that.
Oh,
one.
you gotta pray. But look at what happened with her. She decided to go from the east to the west. Now she may decide
I
to
know. And they're saying these are on the exact
take a
same
position.
path.
I know. I'm not happy. I can't do it again.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. Wait. And anybody else suffering from the weight gain of Irma? The carbohydrate indulgence.
Listen, I was
from
here
Irma?
for Irma, but I definitely
Oh,
could
for the
contribute with the
love
weight
of
gain, I have to say.
Sweet Jesus. I mean, seriously.
Well, what else is there to do?
Potato chips, and then a side of
Well, 'cause
potato
you can't
chip.
cook, right?
I thank God the night that everybody came over, Saturday night before we lost power, I had meatballs frozen, like 50 meatballs I made, and I froze them.
lost it anyways.
I made sauce, and they had meatballs and pasta for lunch. Then I made like 85
me
pounds.
stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
I made 85 pounds of chicken cutlets. I'm not kidding. It must have been like 5 chicken cutlets per person. And I just made a whole bunch of chicken cutlets, and they had that for dinner. And I had a ton of like dry goods in the house. And then the power went out, but like they were eating all night, playing cards. It was like a party for everybody.
I know.
And then the power went out at 4 a.m. And then they just continued to eat whatever was. They ate like they were going to the electric chair the next day. It was so much
called
food.
me today, actually, speaking of food, and forget about the fact that she actually got her power back right when we got back from California.
Okay.
But when she went home, her AC was broken because of the power surges.
Sure.
So she had to put in a whole new unit. So she's been without. Now they finally got the new unit in. So she was 3 days without.
Oh,
And it's hard when,
Jesus,
you
but
know,
yeah.
when you're up in age. She was really, like, beside herself. But she called me today. And out of everything, she's upset because she lost the lasagna. in her freezer.
I love her.
She had to throw it out, and she goes, "Do you know how hard it is to make lasagna?"
That's an all-day affair.
And it is a lot of work. And I was
that is why I will not, under any circumstance, do that. I will make them anything, and I hate making meatballs because it's not so much the work of the meatballs; it's the mess of the frying, and they won't eat them. Yeah, they won't eat them if I bake them or so you have to fry them because you have to have a coronary artery bypass after. But I will tell you something. It becomes it's work, because you have to make so much. They eat them before they even hit the pot of sauce.
Oh,
it's terrible.
I know. I used to too. I used to make them. That was
and this is why my thighs look like we can feed a nation. There you go.
Yeah, somebody posted a picture of a Barbie doll before Irma, the skinny. Did you see that? And then after she was like,
I'm serious. It's really bad when your
hysterical.
kids tell you, Mom, if you got your legs fixed, you'd be so skinny. I'm like, thanks. I have a mirror. Thank you very much.
I made a comment to a girl who's much younger, in that baby ready stage, and I was like, oh, it's going to be interesting to see how many babies come out of Irma. I mean, hopefully nobody's going to ever name their child Irma. Because that's such a monster name now.
No.
But she was like, are you kidding me? If his leg even touched my leg, I was like,
are you serious?
Because of the heat.
Oh, that's a shame.
I was like, oh.
Now that
that's a good way to pass
if my
the
husband
time.
was home, I would have passed. That would have been passed a lot of the time like that. But he was at the hospital, and that was that. So it's birth control when you're married to a physician because they're not around.
Well, at least
but it's really
got
good because
shower.
Exactly. No, but if your husband is a medical person and they're on call, you're exempt. But I got so many phone calls from the emergency response team, and I'm like, I can't. I'm the only one. I can't leave my kids. I mean, I wouldn't leave my kids.
No.
I couldn't do it. I was too afraid.
And then I had the issue with my my cat, the girl who watches our cat.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, my mom's freaking out and we have to leave, and she's highly allergic to cats. So my brother, so I said, go to the house, get her, bring her to my brother. Well, she tried. So it was the cat was literally attempted catnap twice.
Are you
from her.
serious?
And then my brother, she couldn't get her because she scratched her.
Oh, my God.
So my brother went through the same thing, finally got her, abducted her, took her to my mom's
Put her in a
house.
sack.
He did. He put her in a duffel bag. I said, get a towel and throw it on her so it'll paralyze her legs so she doesn't scratch you. Amy, let me tell you something. We picked up this cat on a week later.
Shell-shocked.
She was traumatized.
Yeah, of course.
She was meowing nonstop. My brother said that when he first got her home, she wouldn't come out of the duffel bag for 8 hours.
not.
I felt so bad. And she's just now starting to
She needs meds now.
But I was like, I'm trying to save
cat
you. I can't
psychologist.
leave you. I was petrified. I had visions of the roof blowing off.
Oh, me
and
too.
cat flying
That
off
was my
with it.
biggest fear too. Was the roof thing? That you
Right.
feel I don't care if the roof, but my vision was the roof's going to cave in and maim one of my children for life, and I have to no. Yeah,
My
it was
son
not
goes,
good.
Mom, we are never leaving anywhere without Kit Kat anymore. I'm like, oh, geez.
Okay. Right. Okay. But it is. It's hard. Our little dog, she was fine. She doesn't, as long as you're feeding her, she doesn't care.
Right.
But the big one was insane. You couldn't even, he didn't know what to do. And, everybody's like, oh, he feels your anxiety. I'm like, no, he knows. It's bad out there. He wasn't gone. We tried, at one point I tried to walk
Amy,
them.
think about it. Thank God our kids are the ages that they
I
are.
know.
I feel bad for all these people that have
Had
little
little
ones
babies
that are
and they were
running
hot.
around and they're nonstop.
Oh, yeah. I would have had to put a pencil in my eye. I would have had to have been a pencil in my eye. I don't know. I just think it's so hard. We're so lucky to live in such a beautiful place. But a snowstorm, you're getting a snowstorm, you get the blizzard, they come, they shovel you out, you're done.
I mean, look how different Boca looks. My son was even saying when I picked him up
little
today.
shabby chic.
He goes, look at even how dirty the roads are. He's like, it looks so bad. And I was like, I know. I mean, so maybe this rain will clean some of it up.
Something's got to happen because it's a hot
it was
mess.
such a lush city, and now it's.
Well, no, I think it's going to take time because she was so destructive, but she was big, and we were getting still the bands after the hurricane.
Tornadoes. We
Oh my God, a lot of tornadoes, which frightens me to pieces.
I know, because you don't know what this.
But that's what I'm saying. So
doing.
take your snow and have a good time with your snow.
Well, now, yeah, all the Northeasterners are like, Florida's is the worst. Florida's this, Florida's that.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, hey, you got something
Happens
everywhere.
every 12
you got
years.
something everywhere.
Yeah. They get the snow. I wouldn't want to live like in Nebraska with that tornado belt over there.
know. Well,
One
that's-
minute your house is there,
You can't
next
really
minute
prepare for that. At least we can
matchsticks.
prepare for hurricanes.
Yeah, as best you can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean,
I went to Publix today, and there's still
there's no food
not-
down here. This is one good thing. There is lots of snacks.
It's still half dark too.
Yeah.
They still don't have all their
No,
power
they
back,
don't.
So I'm
They
like,
don't. No chicken to be found. None. There's
No
not
milk,
a chicken, no milk, no
nothing.
dairy products.
I know, it's wild. It's
Maybe
a
some of the
little eerie.
chickens went with the storm. I don't know. Because there's no eggs. Maybe the cows too. No milk. Nothing.
I don't know.
It's a shame. It's a shame. But, we have nothing to complain about. We really don't. Because there are people that wish that they
a
could
lot
have.
worse. Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, but again, go to our Facebook page and see where you can drop off your donations. That's 2 Broads, the number 2 Broads from Boca. We also are on Instagram, and we're also on Twitter. We're 2 Broads from BOC1.
on everything.
Yeah. So
on
it's
all
cool.
the social media.
It's very, very cool. We are the social media lovelies. There's a lot of things coming down the pike, We'll talk about it when it gets here, but we got a lot of things going on we're iron in the fire. Where's Kenny? All right, there you are. All right, Kenny talked a lot today. You weren't Kenny like from South Park. You were Kenny the talking Kenny. But that was that. So yeah. So otherwise than that, we next week. I don't know what we got going on next week, but I think we got something going on for
We don't
our
have
next.
a guest?
I don't know. I can't think that far
Oh, we
ahead.
might have a guest.
We may. I can't think that far ahead, but we may have a guest. Maybe a plastic surgeon. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, because I'm going to need that.
Honey, please. After Irma, there were more lines here than the highway.
Stress, I know.
Terrible. I have to tell you, I'm at the point now where my face is like, it's like a chicken. It's just falling off the bone. It is.
Stop
it's
it.
just falling. 55, ladies and gentlemen. 55 for this birthday. And then I'm going backwards now. I'm going to start going 54 next year. I don't want to talk
I'm very
about
proud of your husband.
it.
He did such a great
fab.
job
Shocking.
at the party.
Shocking.
I know.
But he told me he called your husband the entire time while you were away.
Yeah, but it was fine. He was good like that.
I know, but I've been mortified. I'm like, no, they're getting married. What do you got to call? I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, all right, man's getting married. You want to give him a minute? But it was really funny. He really did. Never in 20 years, and we're married 20 years, so never did he do anything. That's our music. We have
Maybe
to
that's
go.
the magic number.
I know. All right, another 20 minutes.
I got
20 to life.
a long way to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. Thank you for joining 2 Broads from Boca, and thank you for listening to us on Facebook, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye. Rough day.
have no idea.
Let's talk about it.